It looks like it's going, if I understand course right, it looks like this is going south.
It looks like it's going, if I understand course right, it looks like this is going south.
You may know him from his own YouTube channel, Going South, although he seems to be going north every time I talk to the man. But his YouTube channel, Going South.
Yes.
We had Jeremy
Yeah,
Corbyn,
everything's
who's,
going south. Yeah,
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 everything
sure.
is
It's all
going
going
south.
south, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's going
So,
south, but that it's not all or nothing. It doesn't mean that it goes south until everything completely vanishes.
yeah, but do you
Right,
think
which many
people,
people can easily say that
yeah,
it's all going south. There's absolutely
okay.
nothing we can do.
We're going south, and tonight we look at the 2021 melt season for Arctic sea ice. And the first thing you'll notice when you look at this chart is that it's not only melting every day, like the positive numbers are melting and the negative numbers are increase in sea ice extent. So for the past week, you can see that all these listed years have increases in sea ice extent. That's the blue squares with the minus the negative number. Um, and but you can see it's a general melting trend. So most or all of the years listed have a net melt for the past week, all except 2012 actually. So for this year, 2021, you have two large melt events in a row. That's these 2 days. And for the entire week, we end up with 341,000 square kilometers melted. And that is a nice increase, and you have a steady increase. It's been 21 days or 3 weeks of melt season so far, and the first week we had 113, second week 180, and now 341. And that's to have sort of a gradual or steady increase is not a doesn't happen every year just because you're getting closer to summer. Look at the other years, they have increased and then a decrease, and 2019 had a large increase but the same melt for the two first weeks, and 2012 actually had 2 or 3 weeks with an increase, a net increase in sea ice extent. And you can see 2006 had the opposite direction with a large melt in the first week, smaller, in fact half the melt in the second week, and then a third of that again in the third week. So it's March is sort of the up and down month, and it's like the Arctic hasn't really decided which way to go for the sea ice this early, but you will see when we proceed later in the melt season that things will be more positive for the melt numbers, and you will stop seeing these blue squares where there is an increase, because once you get into May, June, July, you want an increase in sea ice extent at least. So what can we tell so far? We know that 2020 was the lowest ever year for sea ice extent in the Arctic, and it has a good trend here, but it's it still lags behind 2019 at this stage. But being the #1 lowest year for CS extent, that is 2020 is the year that we have to melt more than this year, 2021. And if there's any chance of getting to a Blue Ocean event or a less than 1 million square kilometers of CS extent the end of this summer, we have to beat at least 2020. So gradually you'll see these weekly numbers being even higher than 2020, if that is the case, if we are going for an ice-free Arctic Ocean this late summer. So with that, that's the update for this first 3 weeks of the Med season. We will check back in another 3 weeks and keep you updated. Okay, take care.
It looks like it's going, if I understand course right, it looks like this is going south.
It looks like it's going, if I understand course right, it looks like this is going south.
You may know him from his own YouTube channel, Going South, although he seems to be going north every time I talk to the man. That his YouTube channel, Going South.
Yes.
You know, we had Jeremy
Yeah,
Corbyn,
everything's going south. Yeah,
everything
sure.
is
It's
going
all going
south.
south, right?
Yeah,
Right,
so-
it's going
so-
south, but that it's not all or nothing. It doesn't mean that it goes south until everything completely vanishes,
Yeah, but do you think
right? Which
people?
many people can easily say that, you know,
Yeah.
it's all going south. There's absolutely
Okay.
nothing we can do.